Flight Sports TV, man. That's my dude. I rolls with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV.
Flight Sports TV, that's where it's at.
Flight Sports TV.
What's going on, people? It's Flight Sports TV. I appreciate y'all for checking with me. Listen, we got breaking news in the NBA right now. It just don't stop. You know, Zion Williamson once again fails the New Orleans Pelicans. It just will not stop. We got breaking news. I need everybody to get in here and hit that like button and most definitely hit that subscribe button. Just get in here. It continues to get sinister. It continues to get sinister. We got all access in the building. The breaking news report is Zion Williamson will miss the start of the regular season. David Griffin and the New Orleans Pelicans have lied to the fans once again. Griffin has lied. Zion lied. They went on the podium on media day. They said he will be ready for the start of training camp. The start of the regular season. That's when he was going to be ready. That's what they said. They lied. You understand? Now we're a few days away from the regular season, and now the shit is coming, or the chickens is coming home to roost. The Pelicans are finished. You understand? Finished. All access. What's the deal? Dex, you in the building? Well, Dex will be right back with us. But this is crazy. It says where is Sky? Yeah, Sky need to bring his ass to the altar. You understand? I'm calling.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, my bad. Your connection was slightly off. We got breaking news in the NBA All Access, man. Zion Williamson, he's gonna miss the start of the regular season. Skyler should be walking his ass down to the altar shortly to explain this. But in other words, what's your initial thoughts on hearing this? Because this is a blatant lie.
Well, first of all, shout out to A1, who is a professional trainer, and he was on the show a few streams ago, and he was basically explaining to us his expertise and sharing his expertise about that type of injury. And he was explaining how the different bones that's down there in the feet and how they all connect and things of that nature, your phalanges or your capillaries or whatever those bones are called down there. But he was definitely right about this. And he said that there's no way that he will be playing when the season starts. So shout out to him for putting us up on it before, the media even released whatever they released about.
Shout out to A1. He always give a good analysis in the building. What does this do for the Pelicans moving forward? Because it seems to be like they're walking down a dangerous game here. Zion has to make the playoffs.
Well, we've seen the Pelicans without Zion when they played their preseason games.
Right.
And especially when they played against the Bulls, it was horrific. It was a bad demonstration of basketball on all levels. And regardless of what people may say about the Pelicans that have good intentions, we watched every dribble of that game. And there was no way, shape, or form that we could see, especially myself, that the Pelicans are moving in an upward or forward trajectory to be in a play-in game or extend their season to make the playoffs. That brand of basketball that we witnessed on that day playing the Chicago Bulls was probably some of the worst basketball that we've seen in a very, very long time.
Right, even though it was no BI, but you're right.
Yes, but there has been a game where BI did play, and it didn't show that without Zion, that BI will be able to propel them to an extended season, which is the playoffs. Now he might get some numbers and he might fight hard and play hard and do all the things that he can do as a diligent basketball player because I do appreciate BI's game, but it don't seem like it will be enough to get them over the hump and extend their season. So this seemed like the Pelicans would probably play 82 games and that's it.
Do you think BI is capable of leading the Pelicans, like, taking charge? Because it's getting to the point where the Pelicans got to start looking at BI more like a number one option.
Well, yeah, BI is 1A, 1B. Yes, he's a 1A, 1B. You know what I mean? But at this time where you have Nikhil Alexander on his ascension, and then you have Devontae Graham, miniature Grams, trying to prove and justify that he belongs in the league. With that combination of Nikhil and Devontae Graham, it could be very detrimental towards Brandon Ingram's play and his rise to ascension on this current Pelicans team.
You're absolutely right about that. Salute to the chat in here. Somebody explain this. I need everybody who thought Zion was going to be there first to come up to the altar to explain what just happened to Mr. Zion Williamson. He's finished, in my opinion. The injuries continue to pile up. I mean, I'm telling you, Zion is every time he going down the lane. I'm thinking this dude is an ACL or a meniscus waiting to happen, man. I don't know the future of Mr. Zion. I'm telling you, I don't know. The future don't look bright.
Well, this picture you put up here, Zion looks very good, very
you're right.
well in shape.
Let me turn to the guy who really need the attention. You understand? Because this guy right here, he lied too. This dude been lying since he got in the building. This dude is a fraud.
Yes, Mr. David Griffin is definitely a snake oil salesman. I mean, he's almost compared to what Keyshawn Johnson said about John Gruden, a fraud, a straight up fraud. You know what I'm saying? And it's starting to show that David Griffin really don't know what the hell he's doing and how he got to the position that he is now in the NBA. It's mind boggling. It's very, it's like, I'm flabbergasted that this guy still holds a position, in an intriguing position at that, in a esteemed position in the NBA.
He got a good spot.
I'm flabbergasted. There's no way, if his name was other than David Griffin, I don't think that he would still be gainfully employed in the NBA.
I think if LeBron and that championship didn't get delivered, he wouldn't be in the NBA either.
It seemed like this might be his last year. I mean, if the Pelicans are really paying attention to their basketball team, or New Orleans or Miss Benson, if she's really paying attention to this basketball team, it seemed like this will be his last year if he finished out the year. He might be asked to resign.
Yeah, that needs to happen. They need to do some political move where he stepped down. They say they done mutually parted ways. You know how they do. It's time.
Most definitely.
Who would be a good person to take over for David Griffin? Who's out there on the GM president market? Have you noticed anybody?
Well, not in particular, not for this team, because it seemed like a lot of their stars are going to be on their way out. So if I was Miss Benson, maybe I would just, put somebody in there that's hungry, that's really going to shake up the building and just roll the dice and hope for something nice.
You know what I wanted to bring up something. I think you might have a better answer to this. I look at who's the coach of the Houston Rockets. Didn't they have a young black coach?
Silas. Silas.
So you had Silas, and then now you got Willie Green in New Orleans, right? These two, they new coaches, and they kind of put in tough spots, because Silas came in the middle of turmoil. Willie Green is coming in, even though you do have Brandon Ingram, but some people don't know how good Brandon Ingram is, I don't know if they could put all their chips on BI to deliver for them. Maybe for some of the time period, but, I'm thinking the success of Mr. Willie Green in his first year, I mean, it could get nasty up there. The losses could start to pile up.
Oh, most definitely. Without a superstar like and a transcending player and a freak of nature
especially
like
out
Zion
west.
Williamson, it will pile up. Because not only that, though, Flight, you have to remember basketball is a game of entertainment, and it's a game that is predicated on superstars. Because once you have a superstar on your team, such as a Zion Williamson, you're going to get a lot of home cooking with the refs and how things shape out and how your team is being narrated by commentators and sports analysts. Without a superstar, nobody's not going to talk about your team. And the ref is going to make you dog meat to the NBA. So Zion is very important that his presence will help pivot the New Orleans Pelicans out of a dismal state. Because once they lost Anthony Davis, people thought the Pelicans was just going to go like really, really down. But fortunately for those Laker kids that came over there,
Yeah, they
they
got
kept the
saved.
Pelicans in the limelight. And while Zion, was rehabbing off his injury, those Laker kids kept the Pelicans in the limelight and kept them afloat. Now it seemed like some of those kids are gone, like especially Lonzo, basically the only one out the bunch. And
Yeah,
then you have JJ Redick is gone.
it's just Hart and
So
Bi really.
yeah, so it's basically it's just going to be Bi, and I don't know if Bi can carry this burden on his back
Yeah,
because this is going to be a heavy burden to carry.
and he's gonna be viewed as a major trade piece out there too.
Yeah,
Telling
the
you, he's
Pelicans are
gonna
in
look at some of
scramble.
these
They're in
people that
scramble
become
mode.
available. He's gonna be the centerpiece.
The Pelicans in scramble mode because there's no way that cheap franchise is going to be paying Bi all this money and they're not even snipping the playoffs.
What's good? No panic. We got no panic in the building. What up?
What's up?
What's your thoughts? We got breaking news.
What happened?
Explain to him what happened. Well, I'll tell you. Zion Williamson is gonna miss the start of the regular season. It's a tragedy.
Damn, how long he mustn't?
They said 2 weeks.
Oh, I mean, I don't respect nothing out them anyway, but I mean, 2 weeks ain't that bad.
Yeah,
If
it's
it's going to be
it's
2 weeks, because sometimes they say 2 weeks and he linger on.
no, but they lied. They lied the first time.
Right.
What makes you think they didn't lie? They not like Zion gonna miss half the season. You heard it here first
Yeah.
at Flight Sports TV.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, because they say 2 weeks, but he might linger on in the 6 weeks, then 2 months, then.
Yeah, man. This Zion Williamson, man, he's been a complete disaster since he got in the league, man. When you look at the John Morants, you look at even RJ Barrett, these guys made it to the playoffs. When is Zion gonna get to the playoffs? Because he ain't gonna never make the playoffs under these circumstances. No panic. What you think?
Nah, for real, I don't see him making the playoffs no time soon. Because Bi by himself as another scorer, like I mean, he can put out points, but Bi ain't carrying no boys to the playoffs. That's what he needs Zion for, to put up 30 on them given nights. But as it looks right now, I don't see playoffs for the Pelicans for a while.
Me neither. It's gonna be a long time.
They have to trade Zion soon.
The sad part is after next year. This is gonna be his last year. And after this season, he's gonna be in the contract year. So next season is gonna be all the bullshit with Zion.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as this season is over, it's gonna be the Zion Williamson sweepstakes.
Yeah.
But it all depends on his health. Because if he on some Amari Stoudemire shit, people gonna back off.
Yeah, that is true.
He got to be healthy, man. Seriously. And then another thing, you gonna put all this money behind this dude, trade all these people. What about his health?
So what is he out 2 weeks for? Just because
it's the foot. The same situation they said on Media Day, which nobody knew till Media Day.
Right.
But don't you think that was crazy that we found that out? Wasn't that a little alarming?
I mean, I feel like David Griffin, he kind of want to start over with a fresh slate. I think he over the Zion junk before anybody else. I think he actually over it. I always say, like, if it been
you said he's over it?
Yeah, I feel like he don't mind moving on to the next project. He don't mind trading Zion right now and off of some picks. But he can't just do that, because if he do that and Zion put up 25, 30 points next season, he gonna look like, oh well, he need to get fired. So he gonna stick with it now. But I just saying, like, it feel like he over it. Like he ain't really putting a good team around Zion. And then when he get hurt, it's like, who got time for it? Like, we don't know if you're gonna play for a long stretch every season. We can't make the playoffs if you miss in the beginning of the season because we start off slow. We gonna finish slow.
If you look at these other teams, you look at Memphis. Look at his draft class for 1 second. The Knicks, where RJ is at. They re-sign all their guys. They go pick up Kemba. He was a former All-Star. You pick up Fournier. You improve the team slightly, right? Mm-hmm. You look at Memphis. They making moves, even though I don't know if they shifted the center. You know, they got Steven Adams now. So it seems to be they making moves. You know, they retooling. What the hell is the Pelicans doing?
I said
it don't seem like they added nothing, right? I mean,
that's right.
The Knicks and the Memphis is doing things, like really making stuff happen.
What the Pelicans plan, Ben, is they won't get Lowry. That's been option number one. We gonna get Lowry, and we gonna let everything fall.
How y'all gonna get Lowry? You said that was the option.
Yeah, that was the plan. When Lowry came, like the talks become like trades coming up with them, like they in their mind we gonna get a point guard to solidify this offense with Zion and Bi with or without Lonzo whatnot. But they couldn't pay Lonzo and Lowry whatnot, so Lonzo would have had to go in regardless. They couldn't get Lowry because Lowry going to the Heats. So the second option been okay, well, boom. Let's go get the dude from Charlotte. Let's go get we gonna get some guard because they really want the backcourt to be Naw and what other Kyrie Lewis. But they realize Kyrie ain't ready. They realize Naw ain't who they think it is. And that's why they feel like they had to go out and get a splash type player, which wasn't really a splash because he don't give you defense. And Devontae Graham.
Yeah, he's just a guy who's gonna give them some scoring punch. They're gonna need it.
Yeah, and then on top of that, they ain't bringing no more shooting. I mean, Troy Murphy probably an exception, but we don't know how.
That dude is a rookie. He's a rookie.
Like, we don't know how good he would be the whole
And another thing, he's a rookie, so don't expect too much.
And they coach that they got now is a second option coach. They really want the other coach, but they ain't up with William Green.
Who was the first option?
The what the coach name was? He been in the finals last year, assistant coach.
I'm trying to figure out what team. Miami or LA? You talking about J. Kidd?
No, I talking about last year finals, the Bucks and the Suns. It been assistant with the Bucks and assistant with the
I know they got the one from the Suns. Willie Green was. They said Emeka Udoka. That dude is in Boston.
I remember them boy having reports out that they been going after this one coach, but the coach. I think they had tell the coach discriminate direction, and the coach basically been like, "Well, I ain't signing up for a team if I basically gonna be on some. I had a coach, but I still gotta listen to the GM." But Willie Green ain't up taking that position. That been a report.
You talking about Jacque Vaughn?
Jacque Vaughn.
Not Jacque Vaughn. I don't like when he was the head coach. He coached in Brooklyn for a little while and in Orlando. It was all disasters.
But he been the top name coming out though. That as far as coaches, other than J. Kidd, he been like the top name circulating around a couple of teams.
Well, don't worry, this guy.
But Jacque Vaughn took the Brooklyn to the playoffs. What you mean, Flight?
That's what I'm saying. I hate to disrespect Jacque Vaughn. I mean, what you talking about? The Brooklyn Nets with KD and all of them?
Yeah,
I think KD wasn't there.
Kyrie was there.
Yeah.
No, he was the head coach when Kyrie. Was that the bubble?
Yep.
And they lost to what? Brooklyn?
They got swept. They got swept. They got swept by who swept them?
Was it Philly?
Might have been Philly, huh?
It was
yeah,
Philly.
it might have been Philly, yeah.
Yeah.
But he took him there. I mean, got him there. Kyrie was hurt. Kyrie was hurt.
He's better than what's the name? My man Fizdale.
Yeah, Fizdale, old school. His approach is that grit and grind. And that don't really work in the NBA.
Fizdale need to coach the Lakers. Fizdale need to coach a super team. He don't need to coach young players.
Yeah, like I said, like him being with the Lakers, he a consistent coach with the Lakers now, right?
Right.
Yeah, so I mean, a roster like that for them because he can implement grit and grind with them because they know they're running that LeBron offense. But yeah, Jacque Vaughn, but their first option, they bring him in for an interview and all that first. And he ended up choosing somebody else because, like I said, they want to keep running point Zion, but I don't think they want to keep running that. The coach ain't want to keep running that or whatever the case may be. He just didn't agree with he the coach, but he ain't got control over certain things.
Yeah, they try to do a lot of coaches like that. Shout out to Ball Facts in the building. The news continue. It's We got breaking news in the NBA. Sorry, I was just scrolling through my damn phone trying to get some more latest on the situation. But we got breaking news in the NBA. Zion Williamson is going to miss significant time. The lies continue. They lied the first time. David Griffin clearly lied to the people. He said that Zion Williamson was going to be ready for the start of the regular season, which was a blatant lie. My man Zion blatantly lied as well. He said that they would be ready for he was going to be ready for day one of the regular season. Is that true or false, ladies and gentlemen? Is that true or false? Am I lying?
I feel like that marriage over like the Pelicans and Griffin. I feel like both parties over it right at this point. Like Zion want to move on, Griffin understand that, and he kind of want to move on too. Kind of like what happened to the Bulls in the '90s when you look at the documentary. Like one of the problems, but the GM had want to move on from Jordan before Jordan even been done. So that caused a lot of friction. So I feel like the same thing with the Pelicans. Like they trying to do something that they ain't everybody on the same page. Like if you look at Zion and his press conference, you realize how his demeanor changed. Like if this been rookie Zion, he probably wouldn't say nothing like I ain't letting no grown man come sing to me. Like he would have been that more as bold as he is now, or what I should say. And that just goes to show like he probably, I mean, if he over the situation. I don't think they're gonna turn into a trade this year or next year. I feel like they're gonna wait it out a couple of years.
Does Zion have a reason to be unhappy? Because at some point it's him too. Because it seems like he's just getting the pass. You know, they're just concerned what Griffin is doing, but he's never available for them when they need him.
But see, the thing about it is the thing that put a bad taste in his mouth is how they handle his rookie season. He feel like he been ready. They feel like they've been taking too much precaution. And now that he actually I guess, hurt and can't really do too much or whatnot, it's like they want to rush him back and like, well, we need you, whatever. I think that's the dynamic that kind of going on. Like he feel like, well, damn, when I first come in, y'all been acting all precautious. Now it's like y'all pressuring me to lose weight and do this and get back in time, whatever like that, when I give y'all my own time schedule. I think Griffin over this whole situation.
Yeah, you said Griffin is over it?
Yeah, I feel like Griffin
he should just step down because he delaying the inevitable.
He ain't even really done nothing. He stepped into a great position. Like he stepped into the GM role where they had an AD who went out. They had a number one pick, and they had they already had that trade been set up way before.
That's what I'm saying. And they tried to hit Lonzo with some tampering shit out there in Chicago, and all this bullshit that be going on out in the NBA. How dare they?
And that probably been Griffin calling them to say that because in his mind, damn, we ain't get Lowry. Let's see if we can try to get Lonzo at the last minute. And that didn't work out. They didn't realize Lonzo been going, even no matter what they got to say. And that turned into, we're going to get Devontae Graham. Because look at the time period of all these moves now.
It seemed like we're going to get the Lonzo because I think Lonzo is the dominant factor in all of this.
Yeah.
You know, I think he could have fixed some of this.
That's a second strike with Zion been getting rid of Lonzo.
Yeah, because he didn't want that. He didn't seem happy about that.
Lonzo enhanced his game. Lonzo made it easier for him. All he had to do was run and jump with Lonzo. Now they expected him to really be back down in the basket, really shoot jumpers, really make a bunch of plays.
Yeah, you're right about that. I hated what the New Orleans did to Lonzo, man. I wish Zion would have stepped in to fix it,
Yeah.
How much power do you think Zion has in the organization?
I feel like he got a lot of power, but it's like kind of false power because, like I said, I think Griffin over it. So Griffin in his mind, like, well, yeah, I know if Zion asks for A, B, C, D, E, F, G, he can get that, but at certain levels, I just ain't gonna give him the power on. And we gonna have to clash. Like if Zion come and say, I want Lonzo to stay, pay him all that money, I don't think he can get his way in that regards, even though, like, for the most part, he got enough power to do that at most other organizations. But at the end of the day, it's like it's all up to what Griffin willing to give up. Like he don't want the player to run a team. He come in the AD situation and see how that jump, but in his mind, but like, well, I'm gonna get a young Zion. I'm gonna get on his side. I'm gonna be cool with him. But you fire every coach you ever had in the NBA. That's crazy.
I mean, some of them sent their ass on the way out themselves. You know, like Van
Gentry been
Gundy, he
doing a
did it
good
to
job.
himself.
Gentry been doing a good job.
Gentry was good. I mean, I think Gentry got fucked over.
Yeah, I feel like Gentry been good, and he one of them coaches where like he ain't gonna be good with a roster that's so young and need to get themselves together. He good with them rosters like in between getting there and actually being a contender. Like
Yeah, Gentry wasn't perfect, but with Van Gundy make Gentry look like on some Popovich shit. I'm just saying. I mean, the way Van Gundy was doing shit, that we was begging for Gentry.
He did for real. Because Stan Van Gundy, think about it. If you look at the classic Stan Van Gundy offense and defense, you already like he come in saying that, oh, I don't see why Alonzo can't be a 3-and-D. When you get an older coach like that, they see the success of Giannis, see a player that's like Giannis, but still kind of want to implement they kind of their offense and defense or whatever on the team. But it's like either you're gonna be your old school approach or you're gonna be a new school approach. You can't be in the middle. You can't put a player like Zoe at a 3-and-D when Zion ain't even ready to run point. You just see his size and think he can do everything Giannis can do.
You're right about that. Zion Williamson, he got to do something, man. He can't do everything. He got a lot of things he got to work on.
Yeah, and it's his problem too because he gotta lose. He gotta get that weight down. He gotta. I mean, I don't know what you can do with injuries. Like I ain't gonna say like he need a lot to do because I mean, if the weight playing into the injuries, okay, that's what he can do. But outside of that, he can't really do nothing but eat healthy, exercise, stretch, or whatever the case may be. But if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. I personally feel like Zion ain't built for 10-year run. Like y'all wasting his prime right now, in my opinion. That's how I feel. His prime right now, just due to his injuries. I know a lot of players' prime don't hit till they about 28, 29, but his prime is right now based on them injuries. He got like an 8 to 10-year window in the league of being decent. His athletic year is gonna go down a lot quicker than a lot of other players, especially if it's a problem with him keeping his weight down when that's all everybody ever seen.
Well, that's what I was expecting to see from Zion. I knew we wasn't going to get it, but I would have loved to see Zion Williamson come into media day just looking different. Yeah. You know, one of them keto diet, in shape like that. Don't you think?
Yeah, I thought he had all his time. That's exactly what he's been doing. Like, think about it. They don't play 2 full seasons within a calendar year, and it's like the 3rd season within a year and a half that's about to start. Like, it's a lot of basketball being played, and you still getting bigger and bigger. Like, you ain't even had no real time off. As soon as the season over, you right back in the gym. So that means that when he healing, I know it's hard to do exercise and all that to kind of keep that weight down, but shit, it should have been the plan already. Like, y'all noticing his rookie season, a weight gonna be a problem for him. You look at Zion when he been in 8th, 9th, 10th grade to when he been a senior and then a freshman at Duke, like, he getting bigger and bigger. Like, he probably meant to be a linebacker.
Yeah, it's not working for him. It's getting to the point where he got to do something.
Yep. No matter, like, when you look at people like him, like how big he is and how fast he moves, is like special talent. When you look at like players like Manute Bol just been.
You know what I wanted to say? Some more details. I'm sorry, y'all. We got breaking news in the NBA. More details is coming out. It's saying now that he will be evaluated in 2 weeks with no timetable on his return. There is no timetable. You remember I said 15 minutes ago, Zion gonna miss half the season.
Yeah, that's exactly what he sounded like. They've been doing that for a lot.
There's no timetable. There's no timetable, ladies and gentlemen. We don't know when Zion is coming back. And so it's false representation earlier in the show. I said in 2 weeks. It was a false. I'm making false accusations already on Flight Sports TV. I apologize. There is no timetable. A1. There is no timetable. We got breaking news, A1. I was sitting there, I was going to enjoy my Chinese. I was going to watch some TV, and then good God,
Fly. This is how dope it was, bro. I'm sitting up here watching Max Kellerman's show, and then it goes off, and then as soon as it goes off, your shit come right on, bro, automatically. That shit was dope.
Yeah, now you are the show. You understand? So it's crazy. So you're so funny, Flight. I love this show. Yeah, I'm just telling the truth.
Super dope. Yeah, man. David Griffin got to go. He should be banned from the league, man. He's lying. He's like twice about his injury now. He's like twice, man. He's using Zion as a pawn.
And remember what JJ Redick
I
said
think
about him?
Zion, this is going to be the first time in history that a rookie doesn't sign a rookie extension. He's out, bro.
Yeah, he got enough. He gonna make the money back.
He's going. It's two teams he's going to, man.
Yo, he going to Charlotte or he going to Chicago or he going to New York.
Period. That's it.
I'm saying 3. I'm gonna put New York. New York is always in the mix.
I thought New York is number 1. To me, New York is number 1.
And it's not just jokes in New York. RJ Barrett is there.
New York and Chicago neck and neck.
I'm gonna put Charlotte in there because I think they got some pieces. They can make something happen.
Yeah, and he is a down south boy too. So that will probably play into it. But I think he wants to go to a big market and shine, man. He wants that stage. So to me, it's gonna be one of the 3 big markets: LA, Chicago, or New York.
He never wanted to go to New Orleans.
Nah.
He was sad. And I remember, forget draft night. Look at his face when draft lottery.
Yeah.
Dude looked like he was ready to throw up when he heard he thought he was going to New York. They said he lost like $50 million not going to New York. Yeah. See, people don't understand. New York is the media capital of the world. I know y'all hate New York, but it's the greatest city in the world. I don't care if you're from Switzerland, LA, Paris. You understand? It's New York City, ladies and gentlemen. You understand? It's the Mecca.
But
I'm playing with you, A1. You might have something to say about that.
But if you go to New York, then what position you gonna play if Randall still there? Because
listen, let me tell you, Randall could be on the next thing.
Man, they're gonna make it work.
Yeah, but if he played, why you saying if he played in the 5, that means more bumping inside the paint. Well, his injury history, like, is that a good move for him?
Man, David Griffin. One thing about David Griffin, he's stupid but not stupid. So he know how Zion is feeling right now. When you, as a general manager, you got to try and play a guitar to get close to a player, it's over. So David Griffin knows, all right, it's about to be in. My job is about to go down. Shit, fuck it. I'm about to make some moves.
Yeah, he gonna start fucking people over once his job is on. Here's the man right here, Mr. Sky. It's time to walk your ass down the altar and explain this. You said Zion Williamson was gonna be here day 1. You a lying motherfucker too.
Zion is not coming back, bro. Zion is going to be on his timetable and his family's timetable.
How much will be paid around this bitch? It's Flight Sports TV. Yeah. Listen, Zion Williamson is done. He's done. You understand? I'm tired of this. He said, how does Zion fit in New York? Y'all trying to trade Randall?
And that's why he's
going to make it work.
Bonfact said that.
Worry about that shit later.
Yeah, listen, I'm going to keep it real. I don't know if New Orleans would even take Randall back. But Randall is a different player than he was when he was in New Orleans. That'd be one of the funniest.
Randall fit next to B.I. better than Zion.
Yo, Zion, that would be a good fit.
B.I. have another true friend on the team.
And they played together.
That's like one of his partners that he
Josh Hart, too. Josh Hart, that would be a good fit. Let me tell you, New York, you want to, as long as RJ is in New York, Zion is always going to be in the mix.
Yeah,
because I don't know how they fit in fucking Duke. I think some people hated that matchup, but I think they were real good friends. They wouldn't mind playing with each other again.
Yeah. Because with Randall, the court will be more space because BI game is a 3-level score type of game at this point in his career. So if you got Zion kind of clogging the paint, like that ain't really a good fit to start off with. And I think BI know that. So if you seem like BI kind of like away from the team, or he kind of that might be his personality, but I feel like at some point as a basketball player you got to realize what don't fit with you. And that's why I feel like what the decision KD make, but that same decision with Russell ain't been like Russell been a bad player, just been like he realized at this point in his career he's not going to win with a player like that.
Well, Russell Westbrook was a whole nother situation. That's some other shit, man.
Well, BI flew the whole team out. BI flew the whole team out to Arizona to before camp.
So B.I. been taking leadership role already. See, yeah. I'm happy you said that.
Yeah,
and I'm asking the chat this as well. There's no timetable for Mr. Zion Williamson, right? Brandon Ingram is about to take command of this roster.
Oh man, 25
in terms of being the man, in terms of being the voice, he gonna rally the troops. It's his time.
25 shots.
B.I. was an all-star when he got there. They screw over Gentry, which I think B.I. like Gentry.
Yeah, they put up 30.
Yeah, they bring dude over
because Gentry gave him the green light.
Yeah, they bring over Gundy, and Bi turns into yesterday's news. And then now, so how do you think this dynamic is going to be with the power struggle between Bi and Zion? Because I don't think Bi liked the way shit was rolling last season.
Nah.
See, the thing about with Zion ain't no, like, he ain't an alpha player. So, like, he ain't gonna interrupt Bi scoring or nothing. Will interrupt Bi scoring last year, but what Stan Van Gundy been trying to do. Stan Van Gundy, like, them little extra points that Bi used to get or could have get last season with Lonzo being able to run a point to a certain extent and throwing them deep, not deep pass, but like kind of deep down court passes or whatever, getting them in the best position to score and all them like. Once Van Gundy come in and they change up how they playing, Bi scoring. Like, I don't even think he been scoring that much less than we've been doing last year, but even like kind of empty stats.
No, he averaged the same. It was the same points.
Even like it's like empty stats at this point.
Yeah, it was some empty calories last year for sure. For sure. But Bi gonna put up 30 this year a game.
Yeah, he
gonna shoot 25 times a game. It ain't nobody gonna say shit to him.
As they should. He had, like I said, when he got the green light, and like certain places, he understand like in the fourth quarter when he need to take over.
Yeah, he's learning
as opposed to getting 17 points in the first half, then 6 the rest of the game, and averaging the same 23 or 25 points a game.
Yeah, it's gonna be him and Valanciunas pick and roll to death.
Yeah, Valanciunas is an upgrade too.
Oh yeah, he can actually pop and make a shot.
Memphis and they really made a good trade. I think they both needed a different centers.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's gonna be a trip. At some point, he got to break through. Dude said Pounds might as well tank. I don't know. Bi ain't gonna tank.
Nah, Bi ain't gonna tank.
What you think is gonna happen with that Bulls game? Can it be a matchup when they play the Bulls?
It's gonna be blowout city, man.
You think you calling a blowout?
I'm calling it 20 by 20. Close in the first half, off pride. Third quarter. But the thing is how Billy Donovan is setting up. So Billy Donovan is he comes from the Western Conference, right? So, and he played against those Golden State teams. So if you see the way he's building his team, that's the way he's building his team, like that Golden State team. All right. So he puts in the last 4 minutes of the first or the second quarter, he'll put in Caruso. And it'll be Caruso, DeMar, Zach, that fast-ass lineup. That lineup alone, man, is like something crazy. They put the status like plus 60. So those guys go on like 10-0 runs every time they're in. So imagine when you add P-Dub to that. Patrick Williams. Bro, they're going to be scary, man.
You high on Patrick Williams. You know about him?
Because he's an athlete. That's why. Like, he's an athlete, so he fits right into that. He's a high flyer. He's long. He grew 2 inches, so he's 6'9" now. Like, and as a rookie, guarded the best player on the other team and was a plus defender as a rookie. So imagine that confidence now. And he said in the offseason, all he did was study Dennis Rodman. So that lets you know what type of mentality he is. Like, he wants to be the new Dennis Rodman. Like, what kind of new player wants to be that? But Dennis Rodman is one of the fucking greats to ever do it, and he's a Hall of Famer.
Who you said was a Hall of Famer?
Dennis Rodman. That's who he wants to pattern his game after.
Who?
Patrick Williams.
That's what he said?
He's been watching film on Dennis Rodman the whole summer.
Well, I hope that's just on the rebounding side.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, because not offensively.
Bro, he can shoot threes. He's a 3-level scorer. He can shoot threes. He got mid-range, and he can drive to the basket. And he just turned 20.
Just turned 20. Shout out to Dave James in the chat. Said Bi about to average 30. I don't know.
I did that. That's what I think. Bi about
he gonna be an all-star.
He gonna put up 25 shots a game. Like, ain't nothing there to stop him.
Yo, he gonna be dangerous in that game in Chicago.
Oh yeah, he gonna try and put up 50.
I like Brandon Ingram. No LaPaul. Like, I really like Bi's a good dude. That dude is nice.
Oh, he's a Laker, bro. I'm hoping 3 years from now, them dudes get together and say, fuck it, let's go back home.
What you mean? Shit, I don't know.
Lonzo, B.I., Julius Randle. All those guys get back together, man. 3 years when they free agents and go get back together. And put Melo together with those dudes. Because Melo's out in Charlotte, too.
Shout out to Melo and Charlotte. What about that blowout from last night? That was nasty. Did you watch that game, A1?
Which one? The
blowout.
The Charlotte game? Oh, man, I did.
The blowout from yesterday.
I did. Yeah, imagine Melo and Zion in New York. Bro, it'd be a line outside 3 hours before the game.
To be honest with you, big stars like that need to go to New York. I love the city of Charlotte, but I'm just saying, come on, you can't have Zion and Melo in Charlotte.
Taking away from the league. Yeah, you take it away from the league. That's why when you got a situation like Zion, if I'm the commissioner, I'm fixing it.
They got to go to LA or New York.
Bro, I'm fixing it, bro. I'm making
the star power is just immense. You gotta take it to a big city.
Yeah, I'm fixing it. I'm making sure New York get that number 1 pick to get Zion. All that does is help the league.
Right.
Like if I'm the commissioner and I see an owner and a GM for 10 straight years lose their top guy because they ain't making moves to be better, bro, I'm gonna lose interest in you. I'm gonna sit you down like, bro, what you trying to do here? You just, you want to be in the cellar and that's what you trying to do. All right, you don't deserve this guy then. So
you're right.
I keep that to myself, and I'd be like, no, man, make sure the pong hits New York. Make sure the pong hits LA. Make sure the pong hits these, teams that's going to take these players and generate more revenue in the league. Like, I don't understand how LaMelo goes to Charlotte and not Golden State. Why wouldn't Golden State take Melo? That makes no sense. None. Like, none. Like, he's everything that they need right now.
Shout out to Thunder. He said, I respectfully disagree. Pushing all the young stars to big markets disrupts a balance in the league. What you think, A1?
Not all of them, particular. Like Zion belongs in New York.
Yes.
New Orleans. Like not everyone, but if you have a particular 1 in 10 year player,
what about Melo?
Melo
belongs playing for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Thank you. He belongs.
No disrespect. I'm just saying.
No, just imagine Melo in LA. Just imagine him in Golden State right now.
Oh.
If he was there, if they had drafted him, imagine him there.
The star power would have been crazy.
Crazy. That's where he belongs.
They would have traded somebody.
Yeah, Wiggins was gone. Wiggins would have been gone. Melo, Steph, and Clay, bro. Come on, man. With Draymond, come on. They're beating the Lakers.
That's a fact. What about the Clippers now?
Clippers is gonna be that team, man. It's just gonna be like Portland. They just out of respect, they're gonna make they ain't gonna be in the play-in. I think they're gonna be a top 6 seed.
So are the Clippers
but if your boy
in LA? What about how are the Clippers? How the Clippers viewed in LA?
They're not viewed.
They're building a new arena in Inglewood. Is that gonna change anything?
Let me tell you how big Laker Nation is, bro, in Cali. It starts in San Diego and it goes all the way up past Fresno, Bakersfield, right to the tip of the Bay. And we still probably eating about 25% of the Bay. But the Bay is faithful to the Golden State Warriors. But Laker Nation, man, it's all of Cali. So the Clippers, man, when it was better off staying in San Diego. Like, they're in a building where you looking up and they looking up at 17 chips and they ain't got none. They just went to the Western Conference Finals for the first time. Man, the Clippers will always be the Clippers.
The Clippers got to have a superstar player and win like 3 chips just to damn scratch the surface.
Not even that. They got to get their own building, bro. They need to get out of there.
Oh, yeah, they do got their own building. They got a nice
Yeah, it's finally been built. Yep.
I don't like the Clippers like that. Like, I don't really like Brooklyn like that. But they're a nice squad though. But I don't be rooting for Brooklyn. I liked them better when they was in Jersey. So the Clippers Nets dynamic between the cities is funny. I see. No Panic. Where the hell you said you was from? Canada? I got to get where the city No Panic from. Shout out to the chat. We got breaking news in the NBA, man. Is a trip out here.
I told you that foot injury, man. He hasn't even started running.
You know what? Dex pointed that out. That you pointed out about that foot injury.
Yeah, bro. It's not. He hasn't even started running yet. So with a foot injury and the way he type of player he is, he's not going to be back no time soon. That's why they don't have no timetable, because they know it's no time soon. So they want to keep everything vague by saying, you know, it could be. No, ain't no could be.
They lied, man.
They lying. So David Griffin is like, he can null it and void. Hey, man, he has a broken foot. He has to start running. Now, people can put 2 and 2 to fucking together, right? Like the easiest exercise scientist can sit up here and say, yeah, he's not going to be back to after Christmas. And then Zion doesn't trust them. So he may be like, fuck it, because next year he's a restricted free agent, right? So he can just be like, fuck it, deal me. I'm not coming back. I'm not signing a rookie deal. So you might as well get something for me now so I don't leave y'all naked.
You think that's going to happen?
Man, he's in the interview, they said, does your parents speak for you? He said, yeah, what I'm thinking, they know. So that's what he said? Yes, when they say, we don't want him there, we don't trust the organization, we want him somewhere else, that's Zion saying it. He said it. Does your parents speak for you? Yes, they know exactly what I'm thinking.
Oh, so basically he being funny.
Exactly. He's saying it without saying it. He's saying it through them.
Yeah, he want to get up out of New Orleans.
Man, it ain't going nowhere fast.
I can't wait till things over there got to get crazy. Like, I want that shit to turn to some Kawhi shit.
Bro, it ain't, bro, it's not hard, bro, to run an organization. They make that shit so fucking hard. What you do is get a system and you get the players to fit your system. David Griffin is trying to be the smartest guy in the room, but the smartest guys in the room end up being the dumbest because they outsmart themselves. Like, he's done some things that out of ego, it's ego and just not, it's ego, period. I can't explain it any other way those moves are made. So I don't get him. Like, he needs to go, but it's just, that's what it is in New Orleans, man. Like, no top guy is going to go to New Orleans, even GMs, because they know that's why I won't be in New Orleans. I love the visit.
I've never been to New Orleans.
Oh, man, it's a beautiful place to visit. Beautiful. Like, you enjoy yourself for 3 days a week. Go there during Mardi Gras. You know what I'm saying? But you got to, like, it's like Mississippi. I don't understand how my family can live there, man. Like, but they love it. They don't want to be nowhere else. They come to Cali, they'll be like, oh, dog, it's too much. It's just where you grow up.
You're right about that, man. Shout out Music Mindset. Shout out Dave James in the chat, Thunder. Shout out to the whole NO, too. We got heavy people from New Orleans around here. It's crazy how many people we got from New Orleans.
What's at the table?
No. Go in the room. Go. Take your water. Go. My bad. My damn son trying to drink up all my goddamn shit.
Right. So Zion's from South Carolina, a small town, right? Like, so New Orleans should be like, it's a bigger what he grew up with, right? It's a big city, bigger, you know, just more of what he grew up with.
But see, the thing about it, like, I stay in South Carolina, like, we got all the beaches down here.
Right. Now, South Carolina got some beautiful people, man.
Like, there's a good little retirement state. Like, you could, like, the weather exactly like Florida. It's just like we get a little colder a little earlier.
Yeah, dude. It's all hot. Virginia hot, too.
Yeah, and Virginia got a beach, too. Like, said, so I say, like I always say, when you come from a big city, like you from LA, it's like you can only really adapt in big cities. Like, that's why I say Alonzo, I know Alonzo wouldn't have fit inside New Orleans just because he's from LA. Just like I know LaMelo ain't gonna really vibe to Charlotte because he from LA.
Yeah, I think Melo gonna be cool because Melo been playing in all these weird countries. Yeah, so Charlotte got to be like Hollywood.
But it get to a point, you see why Ben Simmons trying to get on the West Coast? Because he won't be in LA with his girlfriend and all this extra shit going on over there. It's like people, like players, really picking their preference of living now. Even if they can still live in multiple states, they picking preference of where they want to actually be on a day-to-day basis. Like LeBron going to the Lakers. I mean, it does make sense on every aspect outside of business, but I mean, to this LA, like he want his kids to grow up in LA. He want to be live in LA, like so he picked LA.
It's opportunities, man. It's the school system, right? So
Yeah.
California has one of the highest school systems in the country. So you put in your system now. Competition. A lot of professional athletes retire in Southern California.
Right.
So now their kids are playing. So the competition level is like through the fucking roof. You know what I'm saying? So it's all that. It's a melting pot right there, man.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
And see what Zion, he ain't got no kids. Like he ain't know about no relationship he in. Like he probably still won't be out and about. You can't do that in New Orleans. Like everybody in the world lives in a few different places. Like you go to New York, you go to LA, you go to Houston. I mean, that's in Texas. Like you're gonna find people from different parts of the country. But if you're living in New Orleans, Louisiana, is like shit. Most people you see gonna be from there. Outside of like Mardi Gras or whatnot like that. That is a big draw for tourism, but ain't big enough no more to where the people that Zion will be interested in being around gonna be out there. Like it's just different. That's kind of like how a lot of musicians move to Atlanta because kind of everything they want to do and everything kind of in Atlanta.
Exactly. You know, and Zion already got a $10 million house in Malibu. So he's sitting in LA like, man, this is where I belong. I need to be living this type of life.
Down, like he ain't spent no time in his life living in LA and he got a house in Malibu.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. Hit that like button, man. It goes a long way. It's Flight Sports TV.
Like we can literally trace Zion from AU to Duke to New Orleans. At what point was he living in LA long enough to be like, you know what, this way?
Yeah, I'm gonna draw LA. Exactly.
I used to draw LA.
Exactly.
Hey, Ben Simmons willing to go to Sacramento to be close to LA.
Well, Sacramento ain't too bad.
I ain't never been in the city.
Get a few players over there.
Yeah, it's country. It's country in California. It's way up north. Way up.
I ain't never been to Sacramento. What? Have you ever been there?
Oh, it's Cowtown, man. It's country.
Damn.
It's country. It's way up north. It's
that's why they had them cowbells.
Yeah, that's way up north. Yeah.
What kind of city is it?
It's it's a small city, so I don't know. I think it's like a Detroit of California.
Where is it close by? Like Washington?
Yeah, it's way up there. Like Humboldt County, like way the fuck up north. Seattle.
How long you think it is? How long you think it is from LA?
Oh, flight?
No, driving.
Driving?
Yeah.
15 hours from San Diego, so about 10 hours.
15 hours?
About 10 hours driving.
Yeah, California big as hell.
Yeah.
New York got big places like that too. In New York, people think New York is just the 5 boroughs. They don't think about Syracuse, Albany, all stuff up there. That shit far as hell too.
Yeah.
Shit, Binghamton. So I feel you though, but people don't go out there. I don't never go. We ain't never go up east, out far like that up north.
Yeah.
But I feel you. Shit is crazy. But yeah, man, we got some wild breaking news, man. What y'all think about this whole Kyrie news? You see, he went on IG Live yesterday. What y'all think about that?
I think them boy got a smear campaign going on or something with this man. Like that shit
break it down.
No sense. That shit don't make no sense. Like they trying to call Kyrie like selfish and all that shit there, and they try to be like he letting the team down. When first of all, like yeah, that could be true, the chemistry and letting them down, but all them grown men inside that building, Kyrie been like, you know what? Shit, I ain't getting vaccinated. I believe the whole next squad been on that same type of time until that mandate come in and they fool and he been the only one left with the bag. That's why every time you see anybody talk to anybody surrounding the scenario, like the coaches or the other players, they always say, I respect Kyrie. We gonna miss him. They don't never say he wrong and they don't throw no shade or none of that shit there. I feel like Kyrie said, you know what? I'm gonna play just road games, right? And I'm gonna let y'all take the money and I'm gonna just play road games. Boom. he agreed to that. The team don't want him to do that. I feel like it's a bigger play at work to try to.
All right, y'all. We got some more breaking news. Breaking news just ain't gonna stop, is it? Keep going. What you think about that Kyrie news? A1.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna play devil's advocate on this, man. So, as a team, when you play a team sport, you give up like a lot of personal shit. Like, so sports is played on Saturday or Sunday. We kind of give up your religious, like going to church and those things, you know, to play your sport. So, like, you give up things in order for one goal. So, like, team means together, everybody achieves more. So when you play a team sport, you sacrifice part of yourself for the goal. So I understand what Kyrie's doing, but at the same time, Kyrie saying, I'm going to be the voice for the voiceless. Well, bro, you're the voice of a guy that has $200 million in the bank, and those guys that are losing their job are probably minimum wage, $20 an hour. So it's hard to follow you when you got $200 million in the bank. Like, you're not being a martyr. You got
No, but see, I think
you.
I think you must understand what he's trying to say with the voice of the
bro,
voiceless.
but nah, it's not. I listened to him, and he says on one hand, I might come back, I might get the vaccine, but on the other hand, I'm being a voice for the voiceless. Like,
yeah, that's why
he's not drawing a line. He's not. What are you being a martyr for? So that's what I'm saying. Like, what is he saying? You know what I mean?
Okay, listen. This what he's saying is this right here. All Kyrie's saying is, at this point in time with the vaccine, I don't feel comfortable in everything I've read and studied about the vaccine at this point to make a decision to get a jab, even if it is detrimental to the team. At the end of the day, it's his body, his choice, and his life, because he got
right. So, all right. So, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you keep going. So let me it's coming on that. If that was night, all right. So give us the analysis on that. Let that be your reason, right? He says that, then he goes into some other shit that totally contradicts what he just said. That's like what I'm saying. Like, when he was saying that, all right, okay, I understand. Boom, you want to get the more research because you don't want to have a kid and this shit's in you and it translates to your kid and may cause some bullshit. Boom, say that. So now, all right, we can sit back and like, bro, I understand it. You dig what I'm saying? But when I feel
like his reason to not get the jab is pretty much universal with anybody that ain't get vaccine yet. Their main thing is they just don't see the benefits of it, or in their mind is like, I don't want to take something that A, I don't need, and B, I can't. Like, think about it. Like, vaccines usually take years to develop and be approved. This was approved as soon as it been developed. So even though I don't think it's no government conspiracy, I don't think it's something that might gonna kill nobody. At the end of the day, like, you gotta respect his decision as a man to be like, you know what, I gotta look out for me at the end of the day because I'm a provider or whatever. Right. Whatever his reason is, no matter really no matter what his reason is, that's his reason at the end of the day. When he signed his contract to play for the Nets, that was pre-COVID. He can't be responsible for what COVID did, because that's a natural disaster. And on top of it, if you get the vaccine, you can still get sick and you can still spread it. So at the end of the day, like, who is he really hurting at the end of the day? Or is this somebody trying to be like, we gonna stick at them because the CBA on the line right now?
He's hurting his team.
But that don't matter if he got a whole life of his own. Like, the team is not going
right. To so that's what I'm talking about. So he does. He can afford not to go to work. So the people he's speaking about, being a voice for the voiceless, can afford what he can do.
And that's why it's called voice of the voiceless. They voiceless. Like, think
Bro,
about it.
No. Martin Luther King, that was a living, like, when people looked at them and like, that's what he's trying to be. Like, I ain't gonna say, I don't know what he's trying to be. He's being himself. Kyrie's being himself. Like, that's what he's doing.
That's why I say,
yo, listen. Yo, A1 and no panic. I need y'all to do me a massive favor. I need y'all to head over to this next live we doing. We got breaking Jello news. We ain't going nowhere. Head over to the next live. It's Flight Sports.